recording this. Okay. So it is the first call of the year, and Luc and I are super excited to just really jump off, kick off this call, kick off the year with you guys. We are very, very excited for 2017. We hope that you guys are excited. Doesn't matter what happened in 2016. It's behind us. We have, let's just only take from it and grow from it, but it's behind us. And so now everything's about today and moving forward and how we can improve ourselves individually and how we can use that to inspire and motivate others. And so today what we wanted to do, we just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys and kind of start the year off strong and just kind of talk about things that we feel are really vital. We were kind of trying to brainstorm on what should we talk about as the first call for 2017. And so that's kind of how this presentation kind of came about. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. 1 second. Let me see. Where's my PowerPoint? It's going to be us, Luc. And then we're going to share. I'm going to go ahead and share I want to share this. So I'm going to share this. Okay. Can you guys see my screen okay and see our little PowerPoint? Okay. So, no, I just want to make it just like this. Because I think, actually I can make it just like that, I guess. It's fine.
But if you think it is not centered, then that's
it's fine. It's fine. Can you guys see it in the middle of your screen okay? Okay, awesome. Okay, so get your gear on. It's time to work. So that is the name of our call. Luc has no idea what shows on this presentation. So, and so it's going to be presented by Luc and I. And so like I said, it's going to be the kickoff call. So let's see. This is why I didn't want to do this like this.
Okay, you do it 75 on this one.
Yeah. 1 second, view with the navigator on the side. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. Okay, so I wanted to start off with this quote, which is, some people don't view their career as a ladder. They view it as a bed. They just get in it and lay down and stay there versus climb to contribute more to other people. And so I wanted, this is actually kind of what I used as the inspiration for this call, because I think a lot of us are there's some of us on this call that are jumping back in. There are some of us who have been really working hard on this business. And then there's just some of us who kind of been just kind of like watching from the sidelines. But I really want you to think about where you are in your journey. And I want you to think about if you're that person that's just kind of laying in the bed of your career or laying in the bed of your life. Or are you working towards climbing? Are you climbing and contributing more to other people and working on yourself? And so how do you climb? And so this is kind of going to be around what we're going to be talking about today. And it's going to be kind of broken into little steps. And it's going to be, how do you climb? And it's understanding what you're climbing, having a plan for what you will do daily as you climb, understand where you are going, what is the peak, what does it look like? And then lastly, understanding that obstacles, bumps, failures are all part of that rocky climb, right? That's why I have this picture here of this incredible climber here who it's not a smooth road to the top. It is a climb. It's obstacle after obstacle. It's setback after setback. It's rock after rock. And it's just really preparing yourselves mentally for that climb and realizing that that is all part of the journey. And so what I wanted to first talk about, which is understanding, which is kind of what I said here, understanding what you are climbing. And so one thing that I really want to stress to you guys, and something that I feel we haven't really stressed, as for those of you who have been with us for a long time, haven't really stressed to as much in the past, but it's really understanding and being aware of your products, right? It's understanding, like, that's part of the climb. It's understanding all of your products. And I really want you guys to put that onus on yourself. And I'm going to show you where you can go to look for more information about our products. And so this is where, let me see, there's a chat going on. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Oh, you're so sweet, Courtney. Put this over here for a second. But it's understanding, what our products are, and understanding that we're not just a fitness company. We have so much more to offer. We have other supplements. We have the Beachbody Performance line. We have Shakeology. We have Shakeology Boost. We have a dermatologic line. I don't know how many of you guys know that we actually have a skincare line, and that we actually sell and we actually have. And so it's really understanding that is taking that onus and understanding what our products are. And so many of you know about our new package that just came out. And so I'm going to talk to you guys about that, which is the All Access Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. And it's a fantastic deal, especially most of us on here got a program, bought a challenge pack with just one program and paid anywhere from $140 to me, where I paid $205 for a challenge pack for one program. And so that's a traditional older way of getting our clients involved with our company, with our products. Now, with the new challenge pack, you get all of our programs in digital format on the Beachbody On Demand, every single program, plus any programs that come out throughout the course of their membership. So that means any new programs coming out in 2017. And you get that. Plus, you get the portion control containers with the Shakeology shaker cup. You also get the guide. You also get the containers, including the blue container. Plus, you get 30 days of Shakeology, all for $199 at the moment. So that is an incredible deal. And I'm really excited about this because honestly, I mean, I rarely ever got price objections in the past. I mean, people would tell me no because they just didn't have enough money, but it was never like, no, that doesn't add up, or that's too expensive. But I've noticed, not only with myself, but with other coaches that I'm talking to, is that we are not getting the price objections like before. People are understanding that there is true value in this. The fact that for an entire year, you get everything. And I mean, for those who have been with us for a long time, you know the value in this. You know that being able to stream and get everything and get any new programs that are coming out this upcoming year for one price, that's it. One price is all they have to pay, minus the Shakeology, of course. And so this is the promotion that pretty much, I know myself and Luke, this is the promotion that we are promoting with everyone. We're reaching out to all of our customers. And also for those of you who haven't had a chance to try our different programs, this is a fantastic opportunity for you to really understand all the different categories of programs that we have, all the different levels of programs that we have, and looking at it and really understanding, okay, what do I have to offer someone who is a beginner? Or what do I have to offer someone who loves dance? Or what do I have to offer someone that has yoga? And like I've told many in the past, one thing that you can do that will really help is put on Beachbody On Demand while you're cooking. Watch the programs while you're cooking. You know what I mean? Like, you don't necessarily have to do them all the time to figure out what's on there. And so really playing around with it and looking to see, hey, do you guys know about the Fixate program? Do you guys watch the Fixate cooking show? I mean, nodding yes or no, have you guys taken the opportunity to go and look at that? Because it's a real great resource that you can really talk about in your posts, talk about with your challengers. And it's I was looking on there the other day, and she breaks down the containers. She breaks down by fundamentals. She has different recipes. She has them based by dessert, by other types of options. And so really using that and understanding what you have to offer on the Beachbody On Demand platform is going to be key. So make sure you understand how to navigate Beachbody On Demand. In terms of our other products, the Beachbody Performance line. Guys, if you guys have not tried this is something that at least once you should try. And you can even actually get the sampler pack and order the sampler pack if you don't want to order one whole container just to try it. But I will tell you that Luke and I, we use this on a daily basis. We use the Energize for our pre-workout. We use the Recover, which is the post-workout. I also use the Hydrate, which is what I drink during my workout. And so, being literally proof that the product works, understanding that this is a fantastic program. I mean, it's a fantastic product line. It's the Ironman? The Ironman actually uses these products. And so if you ever go to an Ironman, run, you will see Beachbody Performance on, kind of all throughout the race as a sponsor, which is really awesome and speaks a lot to the credibility of our products. Another thing to think about are the Shakeology Boost and making sure that you're taking the time to try those as well, the focused energy and the power greens and the digestive aid. And really, when you're talking to clients, seeing what are their issues. Is it that they have no energy? Well, if they have no energy and they're feeling fatigued, not only can you recommend Shakeology, which is going to help with that, and exercise, but maybe the focused energy, which has 100 milligrams of caffeine. Or maybe someone tells you, you know what, I have really bad problems with constipation and I don't get enough fiber in my diet. You can talk to them about the digestive aid. Or the power greens, which is another great, especially those people who really enjoy green smoothies and wheatgrass shots and things of that nature. This is a product that we can offer them. And so, and guys, it's not that I kind of like sat down and like read a manual on this. Little by little, I read up on what we had. I tried it little by little, and that's what you guys have to do as well, so that you guys have a good understanding of what we have. And so for those who are more new or those who are just kind of coming back in, I wanted to show you where exactly, in case you want to go into and look at the products that we have and get a better understanding. If you go to your online office, this is the main here, and you click on you click on sales and marketing and you go to business tools right here, sales and marketing business tools. You click on that. And what you'll have is over here, view all toolkits, so product toolkits. If you click on there, you're gonna get all of the different toolkits right here. So if you click, for example, on Beachbody Performance, let's say you wanna learn a little bit more about that supplement line, you have a product training and education here, right here. So you have a product training guide, for example. You can click on this, and it's going to bring you to a product training guide teaching you about the products and helping you understand, what are the key ingredients in it and what does it do? How does it help people with their exercise? And so again, the onus is on you to really make sure that you're understanding what your products are and take it day by day. Remember, this is not about kind of trying to sit down and learn everything in like one sitting. No one's asking you that, but it's little by little, week by week, maybe say, hey, you know what, this week I want to learn about the performance line. So let me just, pull it up, read about it on my free time, just learn about it. Or maybe you want to order it because you know what, this is what I need. Boost energy and endurance, improve exercise performance, sharpen focus and reaction time. I live by this. This is like I drink this every single day. This was the E&E. For those of you who used to drink E&E, this is post E&E. This is the much better E&E. But this is where you can come to learn more about the different products. And so let's say you wanted to learn more about, let's say, for example, Shakeology, which, I think that's what, as one of our products that deals with retention, understanding like product training, for example. If you click on product training guides, there's a Shakeology here. And so you click on that and you can learn more about what's in Shakeology, how it works. Again, this is just more for your knowledge and for you to understand. That is honestly how I have been able to understand what works for my body and be able to then use what I've learned to help others. I am not someone that has, why did I stop the share? But sorry. I'm not someone that has taken a course or gone to a nutrition course, to try to learn these things. It's just been little by little trying to understand what's going to work for my body and trying to understand how I can help others as well. So just take that into mind, make that a goal for yourself over these next few weeks to better understand our products. And so when it comes to, you need to also, so that's kind of understanding, like I was saying, understanding what you are climbing. So understanding our products and whatnot. So then you need to have a plan and what you are doing daily, AKA, I said here, the 5 vital behaviors. I actually think this should be a 5th vital behavior. And so we're going to talk about this little by little, just to kind of, again, I know some of you guys are like, oh my God, if I hear about the freaking vital behaviors one more time, I'm going to kill Luc and Stephanie. But I cannot stress to you how simple, sometimes the most simplest things, they just need to be repeated over and over and over again. And it's just to really help you guys understand how important the consistency in these small daily behaviors. Literally, this is all I've been doing for 3.5 years every single day. All I've been doing, nothing more, nothing less, more over time with the team and everything. But in terms of my own personal business, I have stuck to trying to do this better and better and better. In the beginning, obviously, I wasn't that great. I did what I can. I got better as I did more, as I talked more to people, etc. And so just talking about it. So being proof that the product works. Guys, all of you got into this for your own wellness, right? All of you got into this because you wanted to get in shape. But yet many of you still have not gotten in shape. You're still not, you're not being consistent with pressing play. You're not being consistent with your nutrition. And so it's understanding you have to be the proof that the product works. You have to believe, you have to have your own story with this. And it's been shown that those who have results, you're naturally going to talk about it with excitement. You're naturally going to want to share people, and it's going to show you. It's going to radiate off of you talking about these products. And I've been there. Where I study other people and I study other successful coaches or other people who are successful in their industry. But especially in our industry, I see other coaches, and they're the ones that get results in some shape or form, whether it's obviously the most obvious one is the physical transformations, but also the emotional transformations, the financial transformations eventually. But it's really the physical, then followed by the emotional, mental transformations, which to me are the gold of what we do in this business and how we can help others. And so these are 3 coaches on our team. Those of you who know Ashley and Courtney, and then we have Hannah here who, this is Hannah. She's rocking it. She's a busy mama of like 4 or 5. I don't know how many kids. She has like 4 or 5 kids, but she is a busy mama. And this is her before and after. And she is just literally just doing the vital behaviors, talking about her story, talking about her journey, and sharing that. Nothing more, nothing less. And I don't, there you go, Courtney. And so, yeah. But it's true, guys, and it's being proof that the product works. And mind you, we all get off track. And that's the beauty of our business. The beauty of our business is that your goal is to be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now, motivating people, helping people go through life journeys with you. Like I think about myself, for example, there's still so many things I haven't gone through. I haven't gone through, getting in shape for a wedding, or I haven't gone through having a baby yet and then losing the baby weight, et cetera, et cetera. These are all journeys that I know eventually I'm going to be taking my clients through, and it's going to be people who have been watching me and been with me throughout that journey. And so I'm going to have different opportunities to be able to show them that this product works. You understand? So it's really looking at this first and trying to get into the best shape of your life. And I remember when I first started, that was what I told myself from the very beginning. I told myself that if all this does is get me into really amazing shape, then this will be worth it. Then at the end of the day, helping 2 or 3 people and getting into great shape will absolutely be worth it. So being proof that the product works is super, 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 should be number 1 on your list. Number 2 is personal development. Why? Because guys, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And it's understanding that your business will not grow unless you grow. It's understanding that you have to be committed. I actually care more about this right now than the actual physical transformation. And those of you who have actually been studious of this and have really taken this head on, understand the power of personal development. You understand how important it is for your mind to not only in business, but also in terms of just going through the obstacles that life is going to throw at you. And they come in all shapes and forms. And so I took these 3 quotes, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Your income seldom exceeds your personal development. So incredibly true. And then when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And so I really want to encourage you guys to really make sure that every single day you're doing some form of personal development. Every single day you're making time for not only spiritual growth, but also mental and emotional growth, and just taking and just really making that time for yourself. And so I know books that I recommend, we have tons of books all over, but Girl Code is a really great book. In terms of for leadership, I know for those who are going to be in my mastermind calls with me this year, which I'll talk about later, we're going to be doing tons of leadership development books. So one book that's really great is The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. This is a fantastic book, especially on audio. I just think this is a great kind of first kind of glimpse into being an entrepreneur and what to expect. other books, by John C. Maxwell, but it should absolutely, and we can give you lists, and then we have lists, speak to your coach and just say, hey, I really want to work on confidence. I really want to work on consistency. I really want to work on my leadership. But understanding, guys, that you will not, your business will not grow unless you grow. And one thing I also want to say is definitely encourage in this aspect. This is something that you can encourage those around you, your family, your loved ones, your partner, your friends, to just pick up a book. And sometimes they may not want to, but at the end of the day, it's understanding that we can only offer advice, but this is the one thing that will change them, is understanding the power of personal development, not only daily. And then I'll also use this time to also talk about live events. Those of you who I really want you, every single one of you on this call, to set a budget in the next 12 months for a live event. And, you can go to one locally near you when they come, but, you're going to be spending around $300 to $400, but it's going to be well worth your money. And those of you who have gone understand that and can speak to that. So really make a budget for your personal development for a live event in the next 12 months. Just something to really, really consider. So invite. That's our other vital behavior, right? I wrote a list here, guys, to give you guys an idea of what you should be doing on a daily basis. And those, it's adding 3 to 5 new people daily to your network. You cannot expect to, I know sometimes it's understanding, you cannot expect, think about it like this, I should say. Imagine you had a room and all you had were 100 people in it, and you go into that room and you just keep asking them if they want some chips. You're going to go to all the people and they're going to say, do you want chips? They're going to say no. Do you want chips? You're going to say no. Then you're going to go, if you don't keep adding people to that room, it's not like when you go back around the second time, 10 minutes later, they all of a sudden want chips all of a sudden. But if you add new people into that room, maybe those new people will want chips. So it's the same idea. A lot of you guys are not growing your network. And as a result, you're asking, or you're putting your posts out there to the same people who maybe have decided at the moment that it's not the right time for them. And so then you guys get discouraged because no one's responding to your posts and everyone's saying no and whatnot. So making sure that you're adding 3 to 5 new people daily to your network, whether that's through Instagram or Facebook. Commenting on 10 people's posts per day. Remembering, guys, that the way that Facebook will put your post out into the news feeds of someone else is how they know if you guys are friends. And this is how they'll know if you guys are friends. If you're liking and you're commenting on each other's posts and you're sharing each other's posts. So reach out and comment on 10 people's posts per day. Make this part of your daily routine. Reaching out to 3 people per day and saying hi. That is a way to connect with people with no intention, but just really wanting to see how they're doing. Maybe reconnect with old college friends, old, high school friends, people that you used to know. One way to do this is by sending happy birthdays to people's birthdays, to whoever is their birthday. And I want to challenge you guys and actually send a voice memo, or even send a little video clip through with your phone and send it through and just say, hey, happy birthday. Just wanted to wish you an amazing day and hope you have a fantastic year. That's something super simple. And, and it's something that you can genuinely, and you say it with a smile, and you can shed some joy onto someone else's life. So something to think about is understanding, is really making that, and that's something, birthday memos are amazing. People love them. Exactly. And so that is something to really, really do on a daily basis. Reach out to 3 people per day and actually invite them to your next challenge group. And that is in the format that's actually inviting and saying, hey, I have a group starting. I'm not sure if you would be interested in this. Would you be interested in learning more information about my next group? So just really, and there's different ways to ask that, and we can talk about that if you wanted to reach out to me or reach out to your coach. But it's reaching out to at least 3 people per day and actually inviting them. And then the most important, which I've said over, is follow up with at least 3 people a day. I cannot stress the importance of follow up. Luc and I, we follow up with people. We follow up with 50 people a day. We're always just connecting. And that's not, we're just always just following up with people. And I will tell you, that's where the majority of sales come from. And people, it's just that follow-up process. And then recognition, obviously sending a message to someone who inspires you and let them know that. That's a way of recognizing someone. Remembering that as coaches, we spread hope and encouragement. So really, take that and use your words to spread light into other people's lives. Shout out a challenger or a coach on your team on your personal page is another way to do the recognition. And then this is my 5th vital behavior that I'm adding, which is share you. People are buying into you and not Beachbody. So understanding, guys, I've looked at some of your pages, and I won't name names, but someone who's on this call, and I look at some of the pages and all I see are pictures of like, it's like literally endless pictures of you with your Shakeology cup, or just you with like, you know, and it's just you and Shakeology. And it's just like, okay, when I'm just looking at, I'm literally looking at like images and images and images of you. But it's understanding that you should, your social media page should not just be all pictures of you and Shakeology and smiling. And so understanding that when someone comes to your page, you want them to be able to know by a simple scroll, or if they're looking at, let's say, your Instagram and they're looking at the top 10 photos, they should be able to get an idea of who you are. Does that make sense? Like if you're a mom, or you're a teacher, or you're a busy professional, or you know, you're on a weight loss journey, or whatever you want them to know about you, they should be able to take that from your social media page in a quick scroll. And then and think about, so who are you? You know, what are the elements that make up who you are and what sets you apart from someone else? And where are you going? What are your dreams? What are you trying to achieve in your life? Because sometimes that's also who you're trying to attract. Some of us, you know, our social media, or not our social media, but our Facebook may be filled with people who, you know, are part of our older life in a sense. You know, there are people who maybe we're trying to do more in our lives, and these are people who are not really trying to do more with their life, or they're at a certain income bracket and they really don't have enough money to buy anything. Well, guess what? We have to broaden we have to broaden our page, we have to broaden our network, and we have to think about where are we going. And that's also a point of reference of people who you can market to and who you can consider as part of your avatar. And then thinking about, what are your life lessons? What struggles have you been through? How can you use the hardships in your life to take lessons from that and share that with other people so that they can learn from your mistakes, or at least relate to you? And, you know, that's one thing I love about what we do with, you know, in coaching, is that I never feel like I'm competing around, you know, with someone else, because I understand that people are going to relate to me, and they're going to relate to my story, and they're going to relate to my journey. And they're not going to, you know, it's going to be different than people who would relate to Carla or to Courtney or to Yvonne. And it's just understanding that we each have our own unique story. We each have unique looks. We each have unique goals. And the more that we share that, the more we're going to attract people who are going to want to work with us. So really thinking about that, you know, in terms of sharing you and making that a huge part of your social media. And, you know, throughout the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about these, you know, how to share better avatar and whatnot in our different trainings, which I'll talk about later. But so that's that part in terms of just understanding, you know, what you're supposed to be doing on a daily basis. So now, Luc.
Oh, I get to talk. My goodness. All right. All right. So for the ones who do not know me, my name is Luc. I'm her right-hand man. Hope I'm her better half, but that's a different topic for another day. As we were brainstorming as to what we wanted to talk about, I was just thinking of the beginning of the year, more so like the beginning of the school year. So you go into your first class and you receive like a syllabus, and you have the description of the class, the objectives, and everything that you need to accomplish in order to have a successful semester. And in this particular venture that we're doing, when it comes to us being Beachbody coaches, we have to learn how to set goals. And I know that it can be sometimes scary to some people. You may not always know like how to do it. You may not know what should be like good goals or bad goals or whatever have you. So it's a topic that I'm going to share with you today. It's definitely going to come back up. We're going to continue to drill that onto you guys so that you get better at not only how to set goals, but like work towards them and hopefully achieve them and continue to grow in that particular aspect. So why do we want to set goals? Well, it's very simple. We set goals because in order to succeed, we need them. Without them, there is no way for us to actually get successful or be able to measure it. And the reason why it's so important is because goals, they keep us in focus and they give us a sense of directions. If you think about schools, when they give you a class objective is the same purpose. You know, if you do all these lessons and you read this, well, then the end result is you pass the class. So that's the same thing here, like with your business. You want to be able to set certain goals that allow you to get to wherever it is you want to be. And so goals allow you to take control of your life. And they provide you with a benchmark. And benchmarks are important because they allow you to determine exactly where you are and if you are on course to go where it is you set up your end goal or like your destination to be. That's why it is so important. And, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now you're probably wondering, who is this guy? This guy is Simon Sinek. He is an author, speaker, and consultant who writes about relationship and management. And he was also the keynote at the Beachbody Summit back in 2015. And you can find a lot of his speeches and his podcast, books online. Maybe after we share this call, I'll provide you with links when you go check him out. He's a very, very talented guy, and he has a lot of wisdom, and we can learn a whole lot about him. So the reason why I wanted to use him is because he has a very distinct perspective on goal settings and why they're so important and why without them there's not really a whole lot that we can accomplish. He wrote a book called Why Leaders Eat Last. And in that book, he has a section called The Chemicals of Leadership or the Chemicals of Happiness. And you're probably wondering, what does the chemicals of happiness have to do with leadership? Well, I'm dating a doctor, so the science in me just come on in, but it's going to make perfect sense. So,
I'll do it.
Yeah, okay. So, goal setting starts with a vision. And the reason why this started with a vision is because, as you can see, we are visual animals and we need to see our goals to have the dopamine system work. And I will explain why dopamine is actually relevant in what I'm talking about. And so this is why we write in our goals. Again, we write them because we are visual. We need to see that. So we are no good with abstract things. So if you give yourself a goal or benchmarks or a number, tell me what to do or what I need to hit, and I will work toward that. So we like metrics because they tell us that we're making progress. Okay. So the visualization or the imagination of the goal is what motivates us to go towards something or achieving that goal, and it keeps us inspired and focused. So this is why you're probably going to hear us tell you many times, write your goals, write them down somewhere, put them somewhere where you can see them, because that particular vision, once you are able to see something, then you are able to make it more real and more concrete, and now it gives you a more motivation to go towards it. So how does dopamine exactly come to play with that? Mm-hmm. So dopamine is released when we accomplish something we set ourselves to accomplish, or when we cross something off of our list when we hit our goal. Dopamine makes us achievement machines, but we have to know that we're making progress. So every single time that we set our goals for ourselves and we achieve it, our body responds to it. There is a feeling that we get. We feel a sense of accomplishment. And every single time that we reach a benchmark, we want to go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. This is why it is very important to set goals, because every time that we achieve one, we want to do another one. We do another one, and then it doesn't stop. And this is what makes it more so of a lifestyle and a habit. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some different tips on how to actually set those goals. The first thing is you want to set goals that motivate you. What do I mean by that? Is that those goals need to be important to you, and there has to be a value in achieving them. If there is no interest in the outcome, so the end goal, so if those goals are irrelevant, there is little chance you're actually going to put the work toward achieving them. And it's going to be very easy for you to do it for a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks, and then it's going to be all over. So those goals that you set for yourself, they have to make sense, and they have to be related to your priorities. So like there are different things that you want to achieve. So make sure that the goal that you set are kind of in agreement with that, because the more your goals make sense, the easier it's going to be for you to say, okay, I'm going to be dedicated to that. I'm just going to go for it. And a tip to help you with that is, as I mentioned earlier, you want to write them down and you want to see the value of those goals. And if you were to share that goal with another person or with a group of people, what would you tell them to convince you that the goal was worth it? So if you could, if you could explain that goal to someone, how would you explain to them that this goal is very important to you and it makes a lot of sense for you to go after it? And if you're not able to do it, chances are that's probably a goal that you're probably not going to achieve or not going to go for it because it doesn't make any sense for you. Okay, next slide.
Okay, good. Keep talking.
Now, you probably have seen this chart before. If you go on Google, you're going to see different versions of it. But very simple tips on how to create goals, and the acronym is SMART. And whenever you set goals, you want them to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, or timely. So for specific, another word that you can use is like significant. You want those goals to be clear and defined. The reason why you want them to be so is because your goals have to be able to provide you with a direction so you know where you want to go and where you want to end up. Chances are if you set up a goal and your first reaction is, then it's probably not going to work because now you just wrote a goal that you don't even know like how to achieve. And that's not what you want. The second is measurable. So it has to be precise in terms of the amount. And so a good example would be if you have for a goal, for example, to spend less. It sounds great at face value, but really there's no way to measure it. So like, what do you mean by spending less? Spend less money on what? On clothes, on food, on like luxury items, whatever the case may be. You need to have something specific and something that you can measure so that you know exactly if you are on track to achieve that goal. So if you say you want to spend less money, say, okay, I want to spend less money on eating out, for example. And now you can measure that in terms of month, in terms of amount money spent, and this and that. So you want to make sure that you can measure that. Attainable or acceptable or action-oriented. You want goals that, in a sense, you know you can achieve. Now, here is a little bit of a twist here. You also don't want to make those goals very easy to be done. You also want goals that challenge you. You know, you want to make sure that you have goals that actually require you to do work. Because if you have goals that you achieve but you didn't do any work, you get no sense of satisfaction. You don't really get any sense of accomplishment. So you definitely want to make sure that they require you to take actions and do some work. You want your goals to be relevant or realistic, rewarding, or result-oriented. Okay? So again, like I said earlier, you want your goals to align with the trajectory that you have for your life. And that's what you really want. And you want them to be time-bound. So you need to have a deadline. And the reason why deadlines are important is because it instills a sense of urgency. And when urgency comes into play, you're probably probably going to be more dedicated and more willing to actually get the job done in order to achieve what you want. So that whenever that deadline reaches, you know exactly where you are, or if you need to change things or do more of something or do less of something. Okay? So again, a couple of more tips. You want to write your goals, as I mentioned earlier, so that, and not only just write your goals, but make sure that you put them in a place when you can see them. Stephanie and I, we have some of our goals on our cell phone. We have them on our laptops. I have a sticky note in my bathroom. We have a dry eraser board right here when we write some of our goals that we want to achieve. So always have your goals in an area where you can see them on a daily basis. So every day you are reminded of what your goals are and what you need to work towards. Once you have set your goals, then set up a plan of action. And this is something that a lot of people sometimes forget. Just because you have goals doesn't mean that that's it. Okay, I'm good to go. You also need to set a plan of action. So like if your end goal is to lose like 30 pounds, for example, a plan of action would be that, okay, every day, for example, I'm going to have to work out for X amount of time. Every day, I'm going to have to eat a certain amount of meals and make sure that I eat the right food. I'm going to make sure that I get the right amount of sleep. I'm going to make sure that I stay hydrated. So you need a certain plan of action, and your plan of actions will be geared toward the end goal. So you want to make sure that you have that. And once you have your plan of action, make sure that you stick to it. And so once you stick to it and you do it in the long run, there is no way for you not to actually achieve your goals. Okay? That's it.
That was here. So set goals, make plan, get to work, stick to it, and reach goals. Yeah. And this is, guys, why it's so incredibly important. So like we said, just kind of recapping, writing down your goals on paper and send. So one thing is basically write down your goals on paper and send them to your coach. And then this is where vision boards are so incredibly important, right? I mean, I think this is where like the power of affirmations, the power of visualization and visualizing where you want to go. There's a reason for that. It's been tested, it's been researched, and it's those who definitely make their goals and they're very specific with their goals, they're more likely to achieve those items. So really consider creating a vision board and also send it to your coach just so that we can also hold you accountable to what you're saying. And so lastly, and then so basically before we wrap this up, I just want to talk a little bit about the schedule moving forward a little bit over the next couple weeks for this first quarter. So team calls will be every other Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And unless we have a guest speaker who for whatever reason can't make it on that Monday, then we'll accommodate them like we did kind of last year. But it'll be every other Monday now kind of moving forward. And then what we're going to do is in the weeks that we don't have a team call, for those that are actively building and those who are genuinely doing their vital behaviors and really want to build and are interested in building, we're going to do smaller mastermind calls on the weeks that we're not that there are not a team call. And so these are something you have to let your coach know that you are going to be committed to doing and want to do. And I want to just talk a little bit about that, just because if it's either going to be myself running it or Luke or Courtney or Ashley, depending on who your coach is, they'll be running small mastermind groups and small mastermind calls. And it's really for you guys. It's really going to be, where are you guys struggling? What questions do you have? And they're going to be hopefully no more than 2 to 4 people. So they're really going to be small. And the idea would be that these would be set kind of calls for the first couple weeks of the year, where, every other week it's going to be, let's say hypothetically Thursday at 9, you're going to meet with your group of 3 to 4 people. And the hope is that the same way that all of us would be taking the time and making that a priority in our schedule, you guys would also take that and take it really seriously and make time in your schedule for those smaller calls. And that, again, that's the hope and what we're expecting. And so just small group mastermind calls, and then sneak peeks into coaching will be twice a month, and you'll see us posting about that. And then look out for also Facebook Live videos that we're going to be doing within the team page. Myself, other leaders in the team, we're coming up with topics right now. And if you guys have any topics that you guys would like to hear about and learn about, we're open to whatever ideas. Again, we're here to serve you. We're here to mentor you, to guide you as you're kind of learning more about this process and how to better, we want to help you be better so that you can go out there and inspire and motivate others. So lastly, and I'll end with this, is understanding that obstacles, setbacks, and failure are all part of the journey. And I want you to expect them, guys. I think this is something that it's about mindset. This is my little plug for mindset. This ties into personal development. And it's viewing your obstacles as a gift. It's a chance to grow, an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and bolder. And I, one thing I want you to think about, guys, is that obstacles are needed. Setbacks are needed. I mean, imagine some of you guys, like if you guys say you want success, right? You want success. And first of all, do you know what success looks like for you? And it's going to be individual. But a lot of you guys, you say you want the success of having a 6-figure income with Beachbody. And so what does that entail? It entails having a team. It entails doing public speaking. It entails, going out there and representing your team at leadership events. And so imagine, taking one of you, for example, and all of a sudden, click, it just happens. And where you are mentally and with what, with your own mental blocks, with your own limiting beliefs, with your own limitations in your mind. Now let's put you in front of a room of people and you're expected to speak, right? Some of you guys would be like, eek! Like you guys would just like kind of shrivel up and say, oh, no. And you'll go running to the door. And so it's understanding that using every single opportunity that you can in a safe zone, also pushing outside of your comfort zone little by little on a daily basis, but using every setback, every obstacle and saying, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I learn from this failure? Was this process necessary so that I can now take my leadership or take my business to the next level? And so so it's just, I want you guys to think about that. Prosper, Luke and I, we've been listening to a lot of Danny Johnson. We're huge fans of Danny Johnson, and just kind of working on our spiritual journey, but it's prospering where you're planted, right? It's making sure that you have to be trusted first with what you have before you will ever be given more. And I think a lot of us, a lot of us, you're still where you get really stressed out when there's a lot of conversations going, or you have too many people that you need to talk to. And it's understanding that if you cannot be trusted with the little, you're not going to get more. And so so using it and really aiming to do things with a spirit of excellence in your life, and really aiming to do things, to the best of your capability where you are today, and then doing things like personal development and going to live events and putting yourself and stepping outside of that comfort zone, and always being in that reflective mode and asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I be better? How can I grow more? How can I grow myself more? This is where I want to go. And, there's another book I'm reading. I don't have it here, but it's a really great book. I'll post about it. But it basically talks about, for those of us who have vision and have dreams for our life, the burden of that dream and what does that mean, and understanding that a dream is placed within us for a reason, because we are capable of becoming the person who's capable of seeing that dream come true. But it's understanding that it comes through a growth process, and it comes through growing into your gifts that you were given, and that we were all given unique gifts, and understanding that the setbacks and the failures are all part of turning us into the person that we're supposed to be. And so I think if you kind of look at obstacles that way and look at failures that way, who was it that I was talking to somebody recently, gosh, I don't know who it was, but it had to do with failure. And it's that it was Tony, and there's no such thing as, is she on here? I don't know if she's on here. I think she's on here, but there's no such thing as failure. It's something you either learn. It has to do with the fact that you're learning from everything that's going on in your life. And it's not that there's ever failure. It's just an opportunity to learn. And so it's really reshaping your idea on failure, and reshaping how you look at setbacks, and reshaping how you look at obstacles, and realizing that all they are opportunities to learn and opportunities to grow. And so with that said, that's the end of our call. I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to put that in your heart, reflect on that, and really and just kind of write your goals down, set that vision for how you want this year to be, and then take it day by day. I don't want you guys getting overwhelmed. I want you guys just saying, you know what, I'm going to commit to showing up every single day, day by day, choice by choice. Same way in your fitness journey, it's the same way in this business. Day by day, choice by choice, person by person. And with time, that will compound on each other. And with time, you guys will see the growth that you want to see. You'll have the team that you want, but it takes time, and it's not a sprint. So if you take it day by day and you realize that, and you don't allow it to overwhelm you, but just use it as an opportunity to grow and to be better, and you'll see the success that you want, basically. All right.
Oh, also, as you're going to set your goals and you get ready for your journey, I would totally encourage you to share your goals with someone else for two particular reasons. Number one, it will keep you accountable, and you will be able to share out loud what your goals are and what you want to achieve. But number two, when you achieve them, there will be more people surrounding you to celebrate with you, so that you don't just keep that particular success to yourself. When one of us succeed, we all succeed, because it takes all of us to come together to be able to be successful. So don't get onto yourself. I would strongly advise you to write them down and share that with someone, whether it be with Stephanie, myself, or someone else. But don't keep them to yourself. Just share that with the whole team. That's what we're here for.
And then Tony just said it. You win or you learn. You never fail. There you go. She just wrote, you win or you learn. You never fail. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so, so excited for 2017. And again, we'll have our next call, not next week, but the following week, the following Monday. And I hope that you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing week. And everybody, God bless. All right. Bye.